Show started off with Charlotte and Spikehead Girl versus Bailey and Io Sky of Damage Control. I don't know if it's just me, but it took a while for the match to get anywhere. Way later on in the match, Bailey goes up to the top rope. Then Asuka becomes the damn Undertaker and just appears behind Dakota. Takes the championship from her. Both Bailey and Sky gets distracted seeing Asuka. Then we got an in-ring face-off between Sky and Asuka. Actually want to see that match. Then we go backstage with Paul Heyman. Jimmy Uso comes up and says nobody says he's out of the bloodline, so he says he's in. He also says, what are we going to do about the AJ problem? Paul Heyman says Roman and everybody else is not here tonight, and you're not in the bloodline unless Roman says you're in. Paul walks up to AJ, gets some shit started. AJ gets pissed, grabs Paul. Then here comes Jimmy to save Paul Heyman. Jimmy beats up AJ, then throws his ass. Jimmy says took care of the AJ problem, then walks off. Paul looks at his phone and says call Roman. LA Knight comes out and the crowd loves him like always. He gets on the mic and says he came here to walk straight to the top. Starts saying he didn't need John Cena to beat The Miz, then keeps talking for a minute. Then Grayson Waller shows up, brings out Austin Theory. Grayson Waller says they are undefeated as a tag team and they are the best of all time. LA Knight basically tells Theory he's about to beat his ass. Then we got LA Knight versus Austin Theory with Grayson Waller on commentary. We got a normal wrestling match until LA got Theory outside and started banging Theory's head on the announcer's table. A little bit later, after Theory suplexes LA on the outside, Grayson Waller gets up onto the apron, takes a damn turnbuckle off. Theory almost gets shoved into the exposed turnbuckle. LA Knight does some shit, hits the finish, and gets the win. Then we get AJ Styles backstage. He said he's hurt a little bit, but nothing's going to stop him from ripping Jimmy's head off tonight. Then the Judgment Day makes their way to the ring. The announcer got mixed up and called Dominic Mr. Money in the Bank. Then we cut to another backstage promo with Adam Pearce and Paul Heyman. Heyman keeps asking who's getting traded to Raw. Adam won't say who. LA Knight walks up and says he wants to fight Miz next week. Adam says you got it. Paul says he's a fan of LA Knight, but you should knock before you come in next time. If we're somehow getting towards Roman versus LA, then take my money. The Judgment Day standing in the ring talking about how they have all the championships. Dom starts trying to talk, but I literally could barely hear him. The crowd was so loud. But I don't know if it was just me, but it seems like WWE lowers his mic when he talks. Like, it gets more quiet, I swear. Damien says we accomplished what the Bloodline couldn't. Dom tries to talk again, but gets interrupted by the Brawling Brutes. They get into the ring and Butch is looking for fingers. Judgment Day didn't want to lose any fingers, so they dipped. Then I guess they came back because the match was already started when it got back from commercial. During the match, it cuts backstage. To be honest with you, my bad, yo. But I don't know who the fuck these guys are. Butch gets the Judgment Day on the outside, then gets on the top rope and does a moonsault. How does that work? Brawling Brutes get bodied by the Judgment Day. Judgment Day gets the win. While they celebrate, Bobby and the Street Profits come out, get into the ring and step up to the Judgment Day. Didn't expect it, but I want to see where it goes, honestly. Then it cuts to the club backstage. AJ walks up and asks, do you know what's going on? You seen Jimmy jump me from behind. Anderson says, I'm sorry, man. AJ knocks Anderson's phones out of his hands and says he doesn't want them anywhere near his match tonight. Kinda hope AJ turns heel soon. Want this AJ Styles back.
Then I was gonna beat up John Cena!
Asuka's short promo says Sky is holding her title and nobody is ready. At this point, it should be called Friday Night Backstage. Finally get to the main event, AJ Styles versus Jimmy Uso. Fans cheering for AJ. Jimmy keeps running to the outside. Eventually, AJ gets sick of this shit and is like, I got you, cuz. Solo and Paul appear at the stage and just watching the match. AJ and Jimmy start a slap battle. Jimmy kicks Styles, starts taunting. Gets Pele kicked in the forehead. Later on in the match, AJ starts going off, beats up Solo on the outside. AJ gets on the apron, hits a phenomenal forearm, gets the win over Jimmy, runs to the ramp just to get attacked by the Judgment Day. They throw AJ in the ring. Solo hits his finish to AJ. Solo and the Judgment Day look at each other. It looks like the Judgment Day is making peace with the Bloodline. What I want to know is where the hell was Gallows and Anderson, bruh? I know AJ said he didn't want help for his match, but bruh, the match was over and your boy's dying out here. So that Smackdown was okay. I probably would have liked it more if there wasn't so many backstage moments.